Hello guys, Rollback1 here along with Charmander in the background as always, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video. And in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, we're going to be talking about more cardboard coming out into the game. And pretty much the cardboard we're talking about is the new Dark Charmer that Konami made that I hope would never be made, and also the new Albaz structure deck that's coming into the game in the OCG quite soon, I believe. Like, it doesn't have a date on there, or to my knowledge, but this is going to be coming out soon, and we've got some support announced for all the different archetypes that are in it. So let's go ahead, look at these cards, hopefully we'll enjoy them, and see how good they are. So let's go, guys. So starting off, we're going to be talking about the Dark Charmer, D-Arc, the Dark Charmer Umbral, and I'm going to say this right off the bat, guys, before we even get into this. This card is going to be broken. This card, I can already guess its effect just by looking at it because it's a Charmer, and every Charmer Link monster has had the same effect. And I just wanted to talk about it in a video at least once because I believe the Charmers are good, but the only one that I didn't want them to make was the Dark Charmer, because Dark is the most predominant attribute in the game, and having the ability to revive any Dark monster from your opponent's graveyard, I think is just really, really insane. So yeah, I just wanted to say that now. Let's actually get into it and talk about the card in general. So it's obviously a Link 2, 1850 attack, bottom left, bottom right for Link arrows, and takes 2 monsters, including a Dark monster. So same as every other Charmer. First effect, you can target 1 Dark monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your monster zone. This card points to. Already, free revival from your opponent's graveyard. What can it revive? Dragoons, Phoenix Enforcer, any Dark monster in your opponent's graveyard. Literally, you can revive an infinite amount of things from your opponent's graveyard because Dark is in everyone's deck, and I doubt there's a deck out there that doesn't even run a Dark extra deck monster. So yeah, just saying this now, this card is absolutely insane right off the bat. And second effect, if this Link Summon card is destroyed by battle or is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while in its owner's monster zone, you can add 1 Dark monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. So yeah, guys, it's the same as every other Charmer. It can search now every Dark in the game pretty much that has 1500 or less defense. And honestly, this card is going to break a lot of Dark decks out there, and the Dark Mirror Match is going to become even more hectic. So yeah, if you guys are playing Dragoons, if you guys are going to be playing the Phoenix Enforcer when it comes out, this card can revive it, and if they get revived against you, your Dragoons is going to be giving them an Omni Negate if they out it, and their Destroy Phoenix Enforcer is going straight to their board if you pop something and they can make this. So yeah, Konami made the Dark Charmer. I honestly never saw it coming, but hey, Konami did it, we're going to have to deal with it, and honestly, it scares me a bit that they made this card, because it means that the Dark matchup is going to be even more insane. But guys, let's actually go on to the actual reason why we're making this video outside of D-Arc, and that is the Albaz structure deck. Now, I want to see how good these cards are, because honestly, Konami making it a Dogmatica lore or Albaz lore structure deck is interesting, and I never really saw it coming. So I'm really curious to see what's going to be in this, what the cards are going to do, and I'm curious to see how it's going to go. So let's go ahead and look at these cards. So we've got the lovely cover right there with Albaz and Jester, because I believe that's definitely Albaz with like the ice covered hair and stuff. Like, that's him in his dragon form, and I think that's Jester when he's in his dragon form. So like, it's going to be interesting to see what they are. So let's see what we've got here for it. And we start off with the little bird guy, the one that Shrike gave to Albaz. Cool. That's actually really cool right there. Okay, so Tri-Brigade Mercurier. Okay, so it's a little courier. It is a Dark Winged Beast effect monster, 800 attack, 0 defense, level 4. Okay, first effect, when your opponent activates a monster effect and you control a monster or a fusion monster that lists Fallen of Albaz as a fusion material, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or face up field, or sorry, front or field to the graveyard. So yeah, face up field would be on there as well. I just read it as face up field. Negate that effect. Okay. So it's a hand trap if you control the fusions. Not gonna lie, don't like that whatsoever. I really don't like hand traps that require you to have something on board to actually utilize them. Like, this is really bad because of that, because if you don't control the Fallen Albaz, then this can't do anything in your opening hand. So Right now, not a big fan of it, but it's cool to see that we got the bird. But second effect is, if this card becomes banished, you can add one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that lists that monster in its text from your deck to your hand. Okay, so pretty much you banish this, you add Fallen of Albaz or literally the Ecclesia from your deck to your hand, because I don't think there's any other monsters in the main deck that actually list Fallen of Albaz, so you could just add the new Ecclesia. Don't really like that too much because there's not a whole load of things you could search, and adding an Albaz isn't a bad thing. It's just we've already got a lot of cards that will allow you to do that, so yeah, it's not the end of the world. But honestly, I don't think this is an amazing card. Like it has its uses, don't get me wrong. And in the Fallen of Albaz deck, it's probably going to have a lot of things to do with it, and being able to banish it and then just have the fusions on your board as constantly as possible to be able to utilize this hand trap effect. But I don't really like it. It's not the best card out there, and it could have been a lot better, I think. Like, say for instance, if you could just control the Fallen of Albaz, then you could have used it, or a card that lists it. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not that good a card, and honestly, being a Tri-Brigade that doesn't have the ability to banish Winged Beast, Beast Warriors, and Beast Monsters to go ahead and summon extra monsters is really weird. So, yeah, let's see what else we got here, though. And, oh, that's Kit. Kit's in a mech suit now. Okay. What are you doing, Kit? So this is Spriggan's Kit. Okay. Level 4 Dark Beast Effect Monster. Okay. 1700 attack, 1000 defense, and is at level 4. Okay, interesting. First effect, if you have a fusion monster that lists Fallen of Albaz as a material on your field or in your graveyard, you special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so if you've got literally Titan Kite in your graveyard, if you've got anything like that on the board, you can just go ahead and special summon this from your hand. So, free special summon is nice, but what does it do outside of that? So if this card is no more special summoned, you can add one of your branded spells / traps that is banished or in your deck or graveyard to your hand, and then place one card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. Huh. I like this. I really do. Because this just says, oh, I've got branded in red, or I've got another branded spell, or I've got any way to get to a branded card. This card just says literally, okay, branded spell or trap, I want that one specific, I'm going to add it to my hand. That's pretty good. Obviously putting a card back isn't amazing, but seeing it is a Tri-Brigade card, and like Vegeta and Kit in their link forms do have that effect as well, to just go ahead and put something back, it makes sense. But honestly, this card is pretty good. Just having the ability to search any branded spell / trap is really good, and being that it can special summon itself for free as well and trigger that effect is good. So honestly, no bad doubts about this effect. It's got pretty decent, like, just have a Fallen of Albaz fusion in your grave, and you can special summon it and then search a branded spell. Pretty good card, not gonna lie. And hey boys, you are no longer in the city, I see. So we've got the I forgot their names. I think this one is Aiden. This was Aiden, and this was I forgot his name. He's the one with the big hammer. I forgot his name though. So this is Unlikely Sword Soul Allies. Okay, I mean, they're not really unlikely. I'm pretty sure we saw them in the Art of Ecclesia, or in one of the lore arts. So let's see what it does. Just to say, light spellcaster tuner effect. You were a warrior, but okay, well, actually, was he a warrior? I think he was a warrior. Like, he was the one that seemed like a warrior, or maybe I'm mistaken. So he's a level 4, 1800 attack, 1500 defense. First effect, when a monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, negate that attack. Then, if you control a fusion monster that lists Fallen of Albaz as material, you can destroy the attacking monster. So, you attack, you special this, you destroy your own monster? No, that's bad. But you can do that. But what's its... Okay, so its first effect is okay. Its first effect is alright. So, let's see what its second effect is though. So, if a monster becomes banished face up, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard. Special summon one light spellcaster monster whose attack equals its own defense from your hand or graveyard. Okay, so this is pretty much, if a monster becomes banished face up, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard, and then... So pretty much, you just banish a monster from your graveyard, using, say, I don't know, Maximus. Then you can banish this, and then just special summon Ecclesia from your hand or graveyard. pretty decent, I guess, because Ecclesia has 15-15. Not bad. It's got notes as well. So the references to things, Kenan no Nako, which literally translates to two people being like cats and dogs, and yellow. Okay, sick. Let's continue on though. And we've got a spell card. Oh no. Jester has kind of consumed Albaz in the holes. Okay. What's this do? Paradise Branded. Continuous spell. Okay. The last continuous spell we had for this entire lore was garbage. So I'm hoping this is going to be good. So let's see what it is. So first effect. The activation of your cards and effects that include an effect that fusion summons a fusion monster cannot be negated. Also, your opponent's cards and effects cannot activate when a fusion monster is summoned this way. So, okay, so it's got magical meltdowns effect essentially, where you can't negate the effect of the fusion summon, and you can't change the summon of the fusion monster. Okay, interesting. Second effect, if you fusion summon a fusion monster, you can add one form of Albaz or one monster that specifically lists that card in its text from your deck to your hand. Okay. So, I'm seeing a pattern here. All of these cards here have Fallen of Albaz listed in their text. So these are all targets to be able to be searched. Really good right there. Not gonna lie. But, in all honesty, is this deck going to be good with just this? I'm not too sure. Because, honestly, the continuous spell is nice. It has the ability to give you more pluses, but at the same time, you need to be able to fusion summon first. And all of these cards, like outside of like the kit, because kit is actually pretty decent, just being a free branded spell searcher, all of them have really big flaws, which revolves around the fusion monsters in specifically being able to play the game. Like, for instance, Little Mercury here is a really good card. It is a decent card that could be potentially really, really good. But at the same time, it has its issues because, yes, you can add a Fallen of Albaz or any of these monsters from your deck to your hand, but you have to banish the card first. And for its first effect, to be able to just negate a monster effect, you have to control a fusion monster. So there's that bad sides there. And then you've got, like, down here, you've got the Unlikely Allies of the Sword Soul. This card is technically not a good card, but because it can just go ahead and special summon Ecclesia, it can technically have uses. Like, I don't think these cards are bad. I don't think they're good either though. I think we're going to have to see more support for this archetype and more for this lore archetype theme they're going for, where they're just trying to combine every archetype of the entire Dogmatica lore into one structure deck and see where it goes from there. Because honestly, stuff like Branded Paradise, it's not a good card in theory, but if you are able to fusion summon, you can get a lot out of it. And that goes the same for up here with the bird. If you can banish it, then you get to go ahead and get a free search, which is really, really strong. And it's got a hand trap effect, but I don't like hand traps effects that just say you have to have something on the board because you cannot use them turn one. I would rather just play something else instead, like an Ash Blossom or even Gamma, and knowing you lot, you know that I hate Gamma, but you can use Gamma turn one, which is why it's so good in that case. But yeah, like honestly, these cards, I feel like they're really, really awkward and really weird. Like, they're not bad, but they're not amazing either. I don't know how we're going to see them work. Like, the best one here, in my opinion, is the kit. Like, honestly, I would use Spriggan's kit in like a branded deck or in anything, because it's literally just summon, search, and because of it just says you can get a special summon by having a Fallen of Albaz fusion monster in the graveyard. It's really, really decent there as well. But yeah, like honestly, we've got reprints as well. We've got Dogmatica, we've got Red Eyes, we've got the Branded in White there, we've got the Trap. Like, it looks like we're getting all the good reprints for the deck. But guys, honestly, I don't know what to say about this. Like, these cards have potential. I feel like the Paradise is the weakest, like the weakest spell in the structure deck. Well, no, it's not the weakest card. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but its fusion effect is good. Its search effect is good, but because it doesn't do it on activation like Tenki would, that's the bad thing I'm trying to convey here. And when you look at this, the Unlikely Sword Soul Allies, I don't think this is a good card whatsoever. So yeah, but guys, honestly, that's all I really have to say. I don't know what to think about this until we've seen more support. Like, I'm hoping there are more cards coming out of this structure deck to really help the whole you know, search for an Albaz card archetype, being able to banish things, being able to get more effects from that. And I'm kind of hoping that Konami have made this in a way that there's not just one really good card, which is the Spriggan's Kit, and the rest of it is going to be really, really good. Because as I've said, I don't really like the fact that you can't use this hand trap turn 1. I don't like the fact that this card is just kind of bad. Like, its first effect, just monster declares an attack, special summon this card from your hand, negate that attack, and if you control a fusion monster, destroy the attacking monster. Like, it's not that good. And its second effect, if you can banish this card if another monster is banished, and then just special summon one monster from your hand or graveyard. That's, well, one light spellcaster from your hand or graveyard with the same attack and defense. Like, honestly, I would say if this effect was you can special summon it from your hand, deck, or graveyard, that would be really, really good. But because it's not, it just is very lackluster in my opinion. It doesn't really do a lot. And Paradise, I have to emphasize this card is okay. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just okay, because if you do have the means to fusion summon, your opponent can't do anything to you. But 9 times out of 10, I would prefer to have a fusion material, or I prefer to have a monster that could get me further. Like, if I can fusion summon, great, I get a free search, my opponent can't chain to it and they can't negate it. But if I don't, then this is just a get dead card in my hand. But guys, that's all I really have to say though. I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope you got your ideas on like Branded Paradise, the spell cards and the monsters coming out of the deck. As I said, I think the best one here is the Spriggan's Kit. I could see this being used in every single deck that plays a branded spell. Like, honestly, this could be used in like the Branded of Red, or the Despian deck. This card could be used in like any branded base deck, and that's really, really cool. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions now. Do you think these cards are good? Do you think these cards are bad? Do you think the Dark Charmer is going to be absolutely insane? Tell me all your thoughts on these cards in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Rob1 signing out.